looking, we used to do the crimp to the edge and then the out, just over here on that one. You guys probably still do it. And then we had at the student union, there was the flagstone that we would boulder on and we'd traverse up and down. This is before climbing structures were kind of cool. We remember asking, trying to say, hey, we should get a climbing structure because we're doing this. And they're like, well, there's climbing outdoors. It's not relevant, this and that. And so we ended up having universities in Ohio getting climbing walls before the University of Utah. Now we have a great climbing wall. We realize it's a sport within itself for what climbing is. But the funny thing was they put bicycle racks up to dissuade us from climbing it. And climbers were like, well, it's just, now we have a higher risk factor. You can fold yourself over a bike rack. And so it was always, it was just kind of we worked those. Yeah, I probably have to go over there and I'll remember those. You'd have the eliminate problems and use the edges, but maybe you could just use the flagstone itself. So, gosh, and there's a chimney problem. I can't remember where, but there's probably got to be some underground online thing of you guys getting all your boulder problems on campus dialed. So. Okay, we'll update it. Cubs hat.
Yeah. How do you differentiate between fear and actual danger?
How do I differentiate between fear and actual danger? Fear is our self-preservation instinct, and that's what keeps us alive. So these no fear t-shirts, it's sort of designed and aimed at young people, particularly young men who have not fully developed their prefrontal cortex. And so these are the guys that end up signing up for the Jackass videos. And so, there's a reason they call them that. I'm sorry I had to bring that up, but it's sort of like the extreme end of like not paying attention, being sort of a goofball with that. But danger is being able to recognize it is then part of fear. So danger to me is part of it is situational awareness. As we were driving in with Dave Perrin, thanks for coffee this morning. If we had driven in front of the tracks, we would have all had a big mistake. And that's like super obvious. You don't go in front of a moving streetcar because their stopping distance is quite big and those things are really big and heavy. So it's really obvious on that. And so applying that being able to find out what is obvious and what makes sense to other situations is something that is unique to the human species with our minds. So we, one of the things that the cognitive sciences have looked at is that we can look at things and imagine them to what they might be. So if I mention to you, let's go make anchovy strawberry milkshakes. Collectively, we're like, oh my God, I'm not going to go there. That's the worst thing ever. But we've all conjured in our mind what that anchovy strawberry milkshake would be. It could be like the next level protein shake, and it could become a fad, but who knows? I'm not saying that it is. But that ability to see something and to think about it, and that's where artificial intelligence, while we're able to apply it to things like our mobile phones and dictaphones and computing and robots, and completely changing our life. That association and cognitive getting of ideas is unique to us, and that's where creativity comes from, and that's where, as we go forward, finding that creativity. And creativity is, people think, oh, it's something that just kind of happens. It comes out of the air. Oh, I was creative. It happened. It was a cool thing. But creativity is the sort of it's the fairy dust of hard work and insightful thinking. And you do that by, it just doesn't come to you. You look at ways that you can look at different ideas and cross-pollinate them. And going forward, your generation is going to have more opportunity